Hi guys, it's Lucy and welcome back to another video. So today's video I'm going to do a bit of a recap on the past year. So those that don't know, I'm a January student studying paramedic science as a degree, and therefore I'm coming to the end of my second year at uni. It's obviously been a completely different year to what I expected, so I thought I would talk about it and being completely honest about it. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Just quickly, if you can hear screaming or anything like that, there's people playing football outside. I'm not gonna lie, moving from first year to second year, I had a bit of I don't want to say a blip, but there was part of me that didn't want to go into second year. There was part of me thinking, I think I just need to stop this degree, and there was a lot of reasons for that, and the biggest thing for me was self-doubt. I don't know why, but towards the end of first year I just overwhelmed myself with self-guilt, and I don't know where it came from. It just happened, and there was just a lot of consideration of, should I do this degree anymore? And I don't know why I had that, because I've always wanted to do this degree. I still want to do this degree, and I still want the career that comes out of this degree. I don't know where it came from, but being honest, I had so much self-doubt. I moved into second year, and within 2 weeks of 2020 I was out on an ambulance again. We were then obviously hit with COVID a couple of weeks after that, really. So I stayed out on the road as much as possible, but then it was decided from perspective of multiple people within who organised my degree, etc., that it wasn't a good idea for us students to be out anymore, so we got taken off placement. This was just a couple of weeks before I was due to come off placement anyway. However, in a couple of weeks you do cover a lot of shifts. You're looking at, 3 shifts a week at least, so I did lose a lot of shifts from doing that. I started my theory block of uni, which meant we did it all online. I have completely and utterly struggled with online learning. It's alright being sat at a desk learning on a laptop, your lecturer's there helping you. I'm texting my friends throughout being like, oh, could you explain that a bit more? We help each other out. It just makes so much more sense sitting in a room and being able to do that, helping each other out that way. So it's been quite difficult in that sense. Another thing, we leave our rooms to go to uni and do work, and obviously that's not the case. So you find yourself doing hours and hours just stuck in one room. My uni, the way they did it was, because the uni had planned a completely new timetable for our second year, and it never happened because of COVID. So what they did in the end was they put all our modules on the same day, and this was because students were working for the trust. I unfortunately couldn't work for the trust due to my living situation of high risk family members. But yeah, so they put it all on one day, so that was only one day for those students to catch up on. However, for someone like me who sat through every single lecture, that was 6 hours of just full on teaching. You got an hour for break, and it's like school. Yeah, you do that at school anyway, but being stuck in that same room, it was really, really difficult. I would much rather be at uni, and I think so many more students will, and I'm very appreciative of the fact that my uni have dealt with this situation as best as they can in regards to online lectures. And in a way, I was grateful for online lectures in the sense that when you're on an online lecture, you can just type in the chat a question and it gets answered whenever the lecturer feels it necessary to answer it, or when they get a gap in their teaching. When you're in an actual lecture theatre, it's a bit awkward of when to put your hand up and ask that question. So I liked it in the sense of you can ask a question, it gets answered at an appropriate time, so you're not butting into the lecturer basically. But yeah, that is my lectures. That's how I've felt about them. So it worked out. I think I was back home for about 6 months. I was back home, and I honestly loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been quite an independent person, and in first year I loved having my independence, being at uni, being in my flat and everything. But I found a whole new love for being at home. I was taking my dog for walks. We were going jogging together. My dog, he's a puppy, Busby. He's a puppy. He's the most lovable dog ever. He's so much fun. I've got two dogs, but the other dog, he's just a bit more laid back. And this dog, Busby, we've just had this massive connection. And over those 6 months, we gained such a great connection. And to leave him after 6 months, it was horrible, I'm not going to lie. And I can't wait to go home and walk him, cuddle him, And it's the same goes for my family. I think doing this career, being on placement, you kind of learn what's important. You appreciate life a lot more. When I was at home before uni, I could cause arguments. I could, back chat for the most stupidest thing ever. And that isn't even something I would consider doing anymore, because you see another side of everything doing this job. So, yeah, I gained my independence being at uni, but I also loved being at home. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I hope that kind of puts it across a bit. I ended up back at uni and we managed to get back out on placement. Unfortunately, we got took off placement again. So overall, I've lost quite a lot of placement hours. I would usually need 650 hours to pass this year. I think I've got possibly not even 300 hours. I've not added it up yet. But that just kind of gives you an idea of what the healthcare students are facing at the moment. It's no one's fault apart from COVID. And we are dealing with it the best we can, really. So yeah, I think when we were taken off placement again, it felt like the final straw, so to speak. I'd been considering it for the whole of lockdown, if I should pause my year, and I didn't. And really, I should have paused my year at the start when we first went into lockdown. I should have done it, and I should have just pushed myself to do it. The thing for me is, I've got such incredible friends at uni, and to not graduate with them would honestly break my heart. We've supported each other through so much stuff over the past 2 years. It'll be 3 by the time we've graduated, obviously. It would just feel not right to graduate without them. So I put it off, and it's kept going and going. And then we got taken off placement again, and it came to me where I was just like, I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to pause my year. Take a year out, figure out my options, possibly get my C1 licence, get myself in a better position for when I actually qualify, and just kind of figure out what I want. The thing for me is, I've known I've wanted to be a paramedic since I was 12 years old, so I've always had my future planned out. However, I'm at that point where I plan my future up to, and I've got nothing else. So I thought by taking a year out, I could plan the rest. And I considered pausing. I spoke to my tutor, I spoke to my course lead, and I have finally come to the decision that it wouldn't be in my best interest to do that. However, it also crossed my mind again that with all the self-doubt, that I should just quit it all. And I hate that I felt like that. I hate that was even crossing my mind. And the fact is, with COVID continuing, that thought could cross my mind again at a later date, and I really hope it doesn't, because I love this degree, I love this course, and I cannot wait to do this for as my career. The current situation is that my year 2 placement will be carried into year 3. So somehow, bearing in mind we get about 3 shifts a week, I've got to get about 20 or 30 shifts worth of work extra out of the same amount of time I get. I don't really know what's going on at the moment, if I'm honest, and I don't know how we're going to do it. It's going to work out, it's fine, but that's the current situation. We're putting our year 2 placement into year 3. I think the biggest thing for me at the moment, if you don't know, the UK have gone into a second lockdown. I'm currently in that second lockdown, and I'm in a flat by myself. My flatmate did the right thing. She went home and for the lockdown, and it's the right thing to do. I couldn't because I had COVID. I spoke to my family, and we didn't think it was appropriate for me to go home straight after I'd done isolation for COVID. Yes, I might be clear, but for a peace of mind, it was better to do a longer period away from my family to make sure, well, to give the best possible chance that I cannot give my family anything. But yeah, it's put me in a position where I'm here for 4 weeks by myself. Hi, just quickly based off what I've just said, I'm not sure about all uni accommodations in the UK, but mine class each flat is a household. My accommodation is really, really small. The flats are small. I know some students are in flats of, 10 people plus, but mine are very small. I had a flatmate move out, which meant there was only 2 of us in the flat after that. So yeah, I can't mix with other flats because they are a separate household, and it's difficult. I do feel lonely, and I do feel homesick for the first time in a long time. I don't think I've ever felt homesick actually, and this is the first time where I just really want to go home. I'm so grateful that we've got video call, we've got FaceTime, we've got all this incredible technology that allows me to communicate with people close to me without actually having to be in contact with them, and I'm so appreciative of that. I think the thing that's keeping me going is making YouTube videos and also my Etsy shop. I'm also doing studying on the side. I'm always studying, there's never nothing to learn, even if the uni hasn't set us anything. But yeah, I've taken some time out of work, out of uni, out of YouTube, just to kind of sort myself out a bit, not gonna lie. So I've been sorting my shop out, been designing new stuff, because in January, the 1st of January is my 1-year anniversary of my Etsy shop, so I'm doing like a whole big launch of 40 new products on that day. So they're all sorted, they're all at home ready for me to take photos of, and list on my Etsy, which is quite exciting to be honest, and I'm looking forward to going home for that reason as well. It's been a very, very, very difficult year. I had an exam the other day, a practical exam, and it was at 9:30 in the morning, which is not early at all, but accommodation were just not being compliant, or whatever the word is. I very respectfully just messaged our group chat that we have accommodation, which is like, can you please keep the noise down a bit tonight? I've got 3 exams in the morning and I'd just really appreciate a good night's sleep for these exams. That was at 11 o'clock at night. I then had to re-message them, I think about 1:30 or something, and just say, could you please keep the noise down? I didn't get to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning, and then had an exam around 4 o'clock, and then had an exam at 9:30, so it didn't go well at all. I made a completely stupid mistake in the exam that I would never dream of doing in like real life or in any practice I've ever done for this exam. So I haven't had the results yet, but I know what the results are going to be. There's 3 exams, but they are split up into grades. So there'll be one exam where it's not going to be good news at all, and the 2 other exams I've got no clue at all how I did on those. So fingers crossed they're okay, because the marks get combined at the end. It's just quite frustrating because I knew the exam, I'd practiced so many times. I video called my friend the day before, we went through every single part of the exam, we did brilliant on it, and I just made this completely, utterly stupid mistake because I was tired, and it's unfair, but that's life, isn't it? And I've just got to make up for it next year. So yeah, that is a life update for you, and I think for once I've actually been quite honest. Sometimes I film these videos, and throughout the whole of lockdown and throughout this year I've been filming little clips of me talking, and I've not uploaded any of them because I feel like I can't put, not a negative side, but I don't feel I can upload them. But for once I've decided I'm filming this and it is being uploaded, just to explain how the year's been. Every student's had difficult experience this year, every person in this country, in this world, has had a difficult experience this year, and I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I've had COVID and I've recovered from it to the best that I imagine. I still get breathless when I go for a jog, so I went the other day and my chest just could not manage at all, so I stopped that. Serious fatigue at the moment, always tired, but I'm grateful that I only had it mild, and I've got a massive amount of respect for anyone who's had it worse than me, and respect to the people who have been dealing with it on the front line. It's not a nice thing at all, and yeah, I hope you are all well and staying safe, and I hope you are all able to sort some stuff out for Christmas, etc. like that, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye guys.